right, I'm gonna get stuck in because I kind of have an idea, and I don't know. I don't know how well this will work. Okay, the plan is to use semi-random notes. Okay, and try to create accidental harmonies. All right. So yeah, it's gonna be it's a little weird, but we'll see what happens. So I kind of want to have everything sort of like off the clock. That being the case, we should at least get some sort of clock. Otherwise, like the vector won't even run. So we'll put it at like 60. Keep it super duper slow, you know. Um, and then I'm thinking like use their so the vector you can put it into standard rate divisions of the beat, normal thing, and then there's like percentages of the beat, and there's speed. Hey Vic, nice man. What'd you get? What'd you get? What'd you get? What'd you get? Because new gear, new gear, new gear, new gear, new gear rules. Uh, okay, so I am in C minor pentatonic. Okay, so what I'm going to do is basically put each step on a note of the scale. So C, E flat, F, G, B flat, high C, and then we'll go a high E flat, and then we'll go low G. How about that? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, and then what we got to do is think about a uh, a speed and oh, nice man. Yeah, the pin matrix. Those things are super interesting. I always wanted a VCS3, and they have one too. Behringer's supposed to be coming out with a VCS3. God knows how long that's going to take, but that might be one of the few pieces of gear that I actually purchase other than modular coming up. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Well, the only advice I could give is get as much case as you can afford and then go higher because you'll run out of space. You're going to run out of space and you're going to be like, shit, now what? And then just take your time. Just buy a thing here and there and, there's no rush. No hurry. Yeah, Behringer will remake the Behringer Phantom clone. It's like, wait a minute. They still make those, don't they? Okay. So let's try this here. Let's see what's going on. We'll get this patched. This may be a total bust. Who knows? Okay. I think the first thing I should probably do is yeah. Let's I'm gonna tune these oscillators first. Because we will need to. Master tie. Okay, so this guy is gonna go in here. And this guy, I'm gonna pre-patch two voices. That way I can actually. Okay, so there's the first one. There you go. There we go. Okay. And I'm just going to unplug this guy for now. Okay. All right. So we need volt per octave side. Now, as far as speed goes, I don't want it very fast. Oh, yeah. Clearly, that's too fast. And then we put it on random. Okay, and then we give it an AD envelope. A slow AD envelope. So like a swell, basically. A pretty slow one. Okay. Why are you not? Oh, because I haven't. No, I turned gate on. It's just all on ties for some reason. Okay. You gonna play? There you go. There you go. Francisco. Okay, we're gonna go on long clock settings. A hefty amount of feedback. Okay, and then what we do is we go to chance probability. We put the percentage of it resting at about 2/3. So it's just 2/3 of the time, nothing plays, right? And then what I kind of want to do is just go to like part 2 and sort of like duplicate something really similar. Let me think here. This is on speed and it's on 1. So we can put these guys on like same thing, speed maybe on like 2, just to keep it a little bit different. Turn gates on. Okay, and then we've got... So same thing. Just put in the notes of the pentatonic minor scale. Like so. And then we might as well make both of these guys red voices, because why not? In fact, this is already pretty close to being ready to go. Now, the point is, though, when you get these things going, and then we can do stuff like change the scale and change the key, do some transpositions, that sort of thing. How will that work? Will we be able to hear random accidental harmonies that just pop up? And then as we transpose, are we going to get this like lovely wad of like harmonized sound, or will it be horrible? I'd kind of give it 50-50 on either one, honestly. Oh, it would help to actually hook up the output cable. Hey, Ethos. Hey, Defu. And then I'm going to go ahead and hook up a sloths to my Zork's strip here. We'll use the topmost of the medium speed one, the apathy sloths. And then that will control multiple voices. This one especially, we'll just put this into cutoff. Just a little bit, not a huge amount. It doesn't take much. So put the cutoff a little bit higher than that. What's cooking today is going to be a little bit of randomness, but I think it's going to be cool. We're going to stratify random voices in a scale. So we'll have, like, you hear this is two levels of octave. One's lower, one's higher. Each one's in a different ear. And then they're literally playing random notes. And about 2/3 of the time they're resting, which I might turn up. I don't know. We'll do that on the first one also. Turn it up just a blip. Yeah. So it's about 75% chance that it's just gonna not play. And then I kind of want to keep going. I want to do the same sort of thing. And these guys are on a really different thing. There's a thing here that you can do divisions of the beat, normal note lengths and stuff, but then there's one that says speed, and it goes like 1, 2. What I think what's the highest speed? 100, I think, 50. Okay, it's not attached to the clock at all. It's just kind of doing its thing. Yeah, and I'll be honest, like, coming here multiple days a week and trying to come up with something original, it's getting harder and harder to do. I find myself falling into, like, familiar patterns, and I'm like, that's death. We don't want to do that. So when I have an idea of something new, I want to try it out, you know. Let's use the mini mod oscillator. Oscillator. Mono filter. Mono. Alright, gate. Same kind of thing. We'll put this on B0, which is just a swell. It's like a rise and fall. We'll put it on about the same amount of time, about 2.5 seconds. And yeah. Oh yeah, it's a YouTube thing. It's a new happy YouTube thing that lets people compete on how much they talk, which is really weird. All right, here's number 3. Oh, nothing's even. This is not random. Did we set our notes? No. Did we turn on gates? No. Oh, brother. Brother, you are out of tune. Okay, you're annoying. There we go. Okay. Yeah, analog. Fun. You have to tune it. Who knew? I knew. You should know. Alright, and now the same thing. Random notes and 75% probability of not playing a dang thing. Let's bring this whole thing down, but then we'll bring the oscillator up an octave. Okay, so now we should have all three. So I think the magic will really happen when we change scales and then start transposing stuff and see what weirdness can happen then. So like right now I'm in C minor pentatonic. So if we change it to just C minor and then we transpose it, will it stay in pentatonic? It's going to round off some of the notes. It's going to change them a little bit, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. But we could get interesting results. Part 4. We're going to do the same kind of thing. Okay, we'll put this on speed, and we'll put it on 1 also. Random. But I'm going to put this guy on C minor, I think. Let's switch out a scale a little bit. For the reason being that then we can do like D. And like A flat. All right, we're on random. We are there. We just need chance probability, about 75% of it not playing, and then we need a voice. I'll make this guy the blue voice. How's about that? Another oscillator that I'm going to have to tune. Let's just do that first. Be smart. No, be stupid. This guy. This guy to that guy. Can't hear it, too much delay. I think that's pretty good. Okay. So then, between things like modulating these filters with sloths, and the random nature of what's going down here, should, I think, be able to get some pretty interesting stuff. But it's going to be very, very slow-paced, very contemplative. I think we can also vary some of the gate times on this. And then while I'm here, let's put a different sloths into this guy. And then we just need a volt per octave, right? Just hue. Are you stupidly high? Yes, yes you are. I want you sort of high. Yeah, the horns. The bees. Okay, now, go! Throw it all together. let's put this guy in the mixer and then pan it a little bit too. Let's do the same thing for the green voice. We'll pan these guys left and right about 60%. That's a lot of feedback. Okay, now we can go into the subsequencer of all of these things and turn them to be controlled by part 1. Here, we can just go subsequencer, transpose. Let's put it on, like, half note. Actually, what I kind of want to do is just use it as a one step and then just do like, oh, here, let's go up 3 whole steps for everything. Like, that theoretically shouldn't change anything. Curious, what happens if I put this into chromatic? New interesting tones. Yeah, the funny thing is on my end, I don't even see that stuff. It's just the number of times you chat. Like, that's it. It just keeps track of who's the top chatter. And I don't know if I enabled that. I noticed it on a friend of mine's stream the other day, and then it was on mine. And I was like, wait, huh? How did this happen? Okay, I think I'm gonna get just a basic, really basic bass part going too. That's just gonna be our root note. So let's do this. Let's take the demon core. I'm gonna put it on half note. And then length of 1. We're gonna keep it ultra simple here. We'll turn gate on 1, nice and long, and then we'll just do like a C octave. Yeah. And the reason half note is because that's what my subsequencer is doing. So as it transposes, it will stay with the subsequencer. Vaguely attempting to avoid using any kind of like clocked stuff, but I don't think that's actually going to be the best option. Okay, and then we've got our gate out. We can barely, just barely, doink that into an envelope. Slow attack. And a normal rate here. It's the 2/3 octave one. And then we'll throw an output into... We'll put it into channel 6, because that's always my base. Do you exist? No, you don't, because I haven't hit play yet. Oh, hi! Same sort of thing, and we give it that same sort of transposition, and then the same sort of probability of not playing. We'll put a little less, because we do want the bass. Now, the question is... Yeah, let's put it through chorus, number one. I do want to slow it down. It's all like... Huh. How do I find the motivation to stream? Dude, this is the question I've been wrestling with for a couple of weeks now, to be completely honest. There we go. More delay, please. Yes, thank you. I will say... Whatever your local ordinances are, I do like to indulge in some creativity vapors and mess around with synths. To me, it's just like a never-ending fun thing, you know? It's at the very least. Yeah, and then life gets in the way, and you're like, okay, now I have 49 million things to do, and I can't get to my thing. And then when you're ready, then you're like, I don't really want to right now. Is this still too high? Let me shut everything off. Except for the bass. Yeah, it's too high. Let's go down an octave. Okay. And then we go to part 1. Yeah. That's better. Light chorus, not heavy. Okay. So then if we go and go to our subsequence, we transpose it, let's go down 2 half steps. Poor bot. I don't get a ranking. Yeah. Well, maybe if the bot would super chat me, we could help you out. You know. This is feeling like a blue day. It's a bit of a rainy day today here. There's a carnival outside. And on my way here, like, I mean, it was pouring so hard I could not hear the audiobook I was listening to. Like, I turned it way up and I still couldn't understand words. I don't know, man. And what does the XP get you? That's the big question. Like, do I get achievements? Do I get loot boxes? A super fan box. Okay. Superheats. It auto-corrected super chat to superheats. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Sort of. It's like, read the room, bro. Okay. All y'all, shut up for a second. Not you. Y'all awesome. Thanks for coming. This is one of the things that makes it worthwhile to me, Terror, is the fact that I have people watching and seemingly enjoying. Like, that to me makes a lot of it worthwhile. And, like, I don't know, man. I don't think I'd do this if I was just sitting in a room by myself. That's a big part of it for me. I've always been a performer, and I would rather do stuff for an audience than for myself. Okay. So let's do a couple of things here. First of all, turning on the Super 8 System 8. Super 8. Oh. Did you ever see that movie, by the way? Super 8? It's really good. No. Oh, Ethos, thanks, man. Boo. Hey, Dave. Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was firing up Reason. Is what I was gonna do. I think last time I streamed, or a couple times ago, I used the Aura 7 Cinematic Atmosphere. Oh my god. And it's an instrument that I bought in Reason that's interesting. It blends synthesizers with environmental sounds, birds chirping, dripping, all sorts of different things. There's a lot of different stuff built into it. And it's a fun little machine. Very limited in capability. Well, what I'm thinking is loading into the R bar some of these background effects. I think that would be cool. Now, I changed everything. So we got to see how loud this is going to be. Now, why can I not get Reason to play back through the stream? It's really annoying. I had it before. Something changed. Sorry, I'm switching a couple of things around. I'm trying to just figure this stuff out. And it's not being cooperative. Yeah, like nothing is working. Okay, I'm going to check one other thing. I'm not going to dwell on this for long. I need to get in here and figure it out. But let's see. ASIO Studio Live. Okay. Yeah. All right. That should be good. So there's a sample rate mismatch? No, it shouldn't be. I think I should be at 90 or 44.1 across the board. Not do anything super special. Okay. I'm going to hit record. Okay, now I do know of a way that you can hear what I'm doing, and let's patch that up really quick. Just give you the dry output of the Arbar. Yeah, someone outside is like band, like playing, and all I hear is like bass drums. It's probably some bad cover band. I liked being in cover bands, but I was never in a bad cover band. I was in good cover bands where we did arrangements of stuff, mashups, like unexpected, like interesting things, or like I was in a progressive rock cover band once, and that was like super fun, very very technical. Okay, now. Yeah, you should be able to hear at least something. You're going to get an echo from my voice too because it's coming in two different places and it's being slightly delayed through the R-bar. So my mic goes in and then everything that's going in comes out of this cable. This cable. Okay, new layer. This is why I can't talk when I'm playing something into the R-bar because it'll just record everything and you'll hear like... And it's weird. Ooh, that's neat. Yeah, so the R-bar is going to do a lot of heavy lifting. Let's see. This one's cool. This is a foresty, jungly. See, I don't really like that one because it's just noise. And, noise, when you put it through a granulator, it still just makes noise. So, what's the point? There's no point. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Holy shit. Holy shit, Picard. Is this new? Am I just noticing this for the first time? Do you see what I... Do you see what I see? Said the modular guy into his R-bar. Holy shit, the indicator lights. They tell you what your input level is, and it makes so much more sense than it did. How did I never notice that before? Holy shit. This is a game changer. Yeah, how did I not notice that? Has that been that way forever? I'm always just looking at the little orange light up here. And that's like weird now. So if I crank this way up and like, hi, la 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 la, see, it's still kind of doing the same thing. So weird. I think when the input is past noon, it starts engaging in saturation and compression. Which to me, that's a very noise engineering thing to do. A lot of their input gains and regens and stuff start doing that sort of thing. That's a really weird one. Okay. Couple more. Also very noise. Makes me want to tinkle. Okay. Yeah. The Bitbox Blue. The blue Bitbox. That will do that. Otherwise, any of the Zoom live track mixers will do that. So you can go external. But yeah, the Blue Box, I think it's called, is I don't know, what is it, 8 or 10 channel mixer, and it also does simultaneous recording and stuff. Yeah, it'll do that. Okay, let's get this patched and back to wet. And let's get some movement on the playhead. Basic sweeping LF. Oh, you know what would be cool? And I haven't done this yet. Let's do this. This is the plume, all right? And you can put the plume in LFO mode, right? And when you do that, interesting shit happens. So if we just have it on basic sine wave, it should, see, it's really fast. It's like this real fast pulse. But you see what it's doing? It's like weirdly spazzing out between two different things. I don't really want that. So we change the fold, or like the burst probability. It just makes a really strange shape. See, it's not really the best choice for this. I do want something that's going to slowly sweep. Yeah, the 1010 music. Yep, that's the one. Yeah, and I forget if it does an SD card on board or if it's a USB interface. I think it's both, honestly. But I also have a Zoom Live Track L20 over here, as kind of like my recording board in here, and it's more like a live sound mixer that you can also record all of the channels simultaneously onto an SD card. And those things are like, as far as like features, bang for the buck, they are, unbeatable. Like, they're incredible. Okay, so this is the thing. Let's crank up the input gain. And then let's think about triggering and reverb. Okay, so number one, it doesn't have to play all the time. What we can do is like give it a random strike command. So it occasionally spits out a grain. So like that and that. Okay. Now if we shape those grains, the envelope... Oh, that's the wrong one. We need this one in the middle. There, so you hear kind of... And then we blast it through reverb. Maybe. Yes. Yeah, Terror, me too. And I haven't given them a good enough look, but to be honest, I think my sampler woes might be fixed by a Bitbox Micro. I want to have a sampler in here that has more than 2 channels, and then I can record into right here. Like, use it as a looper, almost. And that's just not that common. I kind of want that RYK looper, but I think that's going to be... not quite the same thing. But maybe. We'll have to see. It's not officially released yet, so... now, meanwhile... I think what we should do... is... put this guy... into a slow random voltage. So I think on 4 here, what do we have? I have slow, smooth, random, 4 beats. So we would take off smooth, and then we would make it bipolar. And then put channel 4, which is the gold trace here, into the layer. Now my question is it going to get all the way to the blue layer, or should I turn this down even more? It just depends on the voltage range that you're working with, you know? I think I'm going to turn it down a couple of notches. And maybe even slow that down. Then we can even slow down our gate pattern or the rate just by slowing down the clock rate that's going to the Turing machine. And in the meantime, we have filter. Okay, let's put that away for now. And then I kind of want to put some kind of tape loop kind of thing into the Stardust. And I'm thinking about what to put into the Stardust. Divine vocal mantras? Really? Okay, I love it. That's perfect. And it doesn't have to be clocked because we're really not doing anything with clock right now, so... Is the Model 12 the big gold one? I thought about getting one of those. It has better specs than the Zooms, I will say. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I've never had an issue with my Zoom, but the only limitation is that it's limited to 44.1 kilohertz for an interface. Now, keep in mind, that's a 20 input interface for, like, what was it, $800? I mean, I don't really care that much if it'd be nice to at least boost it to 48 kilohertz, but, you know, it's not that big of a trade-off to me. And for most, like, clientele, if I'm recording somebody, you know, that's not going to be a problem. So, why are these guys all set to 8? Because that's the last thing I did, and then I saved it. Boo! Saving automatically. Okay. All right, let's see what we got so far. That guy's patched. It needs to be just blasted through mass quantities of reverb. And it's also very filtered. Yeah, on my rig here, I have a PreSonus Studio Live ARC, or AR8C, it's called. And it can do, like, very good sample rates and stuff. And it's just a USB-C one-plug interface. It works really well, actually. I wish it had a little bit more flexible output options, like I think give everything a second headphone output with an independent level. That would solve a lot of issues. But audio routing and stuff, it works okay. OBS doesn't seem to like it for a reason, though. It's annoying. Okay, now, this needs to be controlled, okay? And so I'm thinking, number one, maybe take the really slow sloths and put it into the filter. so that occasionally it'll just be high voltage or low voltage and we'll hear it and then it'll just go warp and it'll go away for another. Because otherwise this is going to get annoying. The other thing we can do is oh, this would be easy. Get a couple of long-ish cables. Okay, number one, I'm going to take one of the seldom gate outputs. Let's do the 1+2 gate output. And then I'm going to run that into a clock divider. Okay? So then the easy thing would be to take the divide by 128 or divide by 64 or whatever insanely ridiculous amount is on there. And just patch that into the play command. Or the, let's try it at the... Let's try it at the 32, divide by 32 one. Okay, and then if we shut this off, so that it doesn't play, theoretically, I love that. This is such a good clock divider. I have the A160-1 and the -2, and the -2 is like infinitely superior. Oop, and now it plays. And should it play when the gate is high? I don't want to go up an octave and chipmunk her. No. Undo. Wait. There it is. There's the original. Whew. Yeah, and then the zoom, you can get that little bitty one. That's like 6-channel. Tiny guy. I'm waiting to see if this actually switches off. Like, do your thing. Okay, stop. Just, would you just do the thing already? For the love of God. Oh, it's on the divide by 2 anyways, so let's speed that up a little. Yeah. Okay, see, now it's off. The gate is off, but it didn't stop playing, because that's clearly a momentary switch. So we can just put that on trigger and not worry about it. I think I want it a little bit more frequent, though. Okay, let's bring everything in and see how it all sounds. Did you go out of tune? You dickhead. You did, didn't you? Yeah, somebody's out of tune. Hang on. This sucks. Play. Do something. Sorry, had to be done. The whole point of this is like accidental notes that are lovely and wonderful. Oh, I just had an interesting idea. The idea is to put some of these channels into different keys. Like, why couldn't you do that? Like, if we took voice 3, let's say. Well, let's get everything playing first, and then I'm going to mess around. So we should have everything in now, except the R bar and the bass. Let's actually decrease envelope response on all of these filters. Where's the fourth one? Oh, this guy. This guy. It's pretty low anyways. So that they just kind of go... Okay, now, I'm going to take voice 3 and 4 and put them in a different key. Something that's vaguely related. Okay, so everything is in minor right now. So I'm going to put this in F minor. Okay, and then voice 4, let's put that in G minor. And what it does is it automatically changes all of your notes to that key. But they are still responding to part 1's subsequence. Ooh, see, we start getting those seconds in there and stuff. That's what I'm after. Let's raise it up a fourth. let's get that sweet slothing action going into our bass too. Yeah. And let's get it into our R-bar filter as well. What if we did something radical and we put one of these in major? Yeah, let's go F major. That might start breaking things. I don't know. Oh, better yet, let's put it in D major, okay? For reasons. There'll be some funky half steps going on because you got F and F sharp playing together, and C sharp, both. Okay, and then maybe the thing to do is put this as an 8-step random transposition and put a bunch of weird shit in here. It needs to go slower than that, though. Way slower. Okay, I'm going to stop the vector real quick. Let's set this to like 4 whole notes. There. There's going to be a whole lot of bad in this. Now this one that I had set on G minor, I'm going to bring it to A flat major. That's actually going to work pretty well with C minor. Suddenly we've hit A major, this weird... Oh, A flat major. This could get very unsettling. Slow these envelopes down. 5 seconds each. Hey, upside down. Should have done, and I was going to, I thought about it, is pull out the Stolper beats and put the ZDSP in its place because they're the same size, just for that delicious, delicious Valhalla reverb. Damn, we can't. Because I'm sending MIDI, I had this thought like, hey, if I took the bass part, which is the Demon Core, and I duplicated the volt per octave and put it into the tape loop, the woman singing, but I can't duplicate the volt per octave because it's MIDI. God damn it. My point in this all was occasional random harmonies that are lovely. So we have just a nice E flat major chord. trippy visuals, folks. I started off with some wildly unrelated keys, but I've kind of beaten it all into shape. Kind of hovering around an actual chord progression because I wanted to jam with his melodizer voice. So now we're kind of in C minor officially. think I'm going to leave it there for the night. So, until another day, which may be tomorrow. Who knows? Anyways, have a good night, y'all. Thanks for watching.